my name is Brandy, and I want to go over my family with you. So, I apologize in advance if something happens with the screen, but I'm really hoping that I can have it like somewhere over here or somewhere on the screen. So we'll start off with my father's side. We have his father, my grandfather, who we'll start with, and his name was Arnold, and he was born in 1936, and he married my grandmother in 1964, and her name was Barb, and she was born in 1938, and they were both born in rural Missouri. I am not for sure where, but they were born in rural Missouri, and they both stayed there their whole lives until they passed away. My grandfather, Arnold, was a factory worker his whole life, and eventually he took his own life. He developed Alzheimer's, and he took his own life as a result of that. And he just did high school. He did not do any kind of post-high school education, as was fairly, from what I understand, pretty customary at that time. My grandmother, Barbara, she was a stay-at-home mom to my dad, Egan, and she passed away in 2021 of kidney failure after a fall. And as I mentioned, she's a stay-at-home mom. They were happily married for a very long time. And they had one child, and that is my dad. We will go ahead and start with my mom's parent. Well, no, we'll start with my dad, excuse me. His name is Egan, and he's 56 years old. He was born in 1964. And he was also born in rural Missouri, and they are not available at this time for me to ask them, but they were born in rural Missouri. And he resides in St. Peters, Missouri with my mom right now. And he is a meteorologist, and he acquired a master's degree. He married my mom in 1994, and my mom, moving over to her name is Patricia. She was born in 1966. She is 58 years old. She also resides currently in St. Peters. She was born in Illinois, actually. And she also has a master's degree. That's how my parents met. They met in college. And she was also a stay-at-home mom to me. And moving along to my mother's parents, we have my grandfather on my mother's side, and his name is Jim or James, and he was born in 1939. He passed away in 2010 from pancreatic cancer. And while he was alive all throughout my childhood, he was a small business owner. He fixed up old cars, like I think old Camaros and things. It was very cool. And he finished high school, and he wanted to go to college but was unable to because he had to take care of his 6 younger siblings. It was a lot. Then we have my grandmother. She was born in 1942, and her name was Lucy or Lucinda, and she was also a stay-at-home mom. Are you sensing a theme here? But also an accountant part-time. I should have put that in there, actually. I apologize. But she was mostly a stay-at-home mom, but she also did accounting during tax season. And she passed away in 2008 from an aneurysm. They married in 1962, and then in 1966 they had my mom, Patricia. And then my parents got married. They met in about 1990, I believe, and they married in 1994, and then in 1999 they had me, Brandy. I'm 22 years old. I was born in Alton, Illinois Hospital. I'm a senior in college at Maryville University, and I am the byproduct of all of my family, and I'm very grateful for all of the sacrifices that they had that led to me having a very, very privileged life that I'm very aware that I have. Not very common, I feel, that everyone got to be a stay-at-home mom. I think that speaks to a lot of privilege in and of itself. I'm very grateful. Thank you very much.